Greetings! I'm Elder Sybil of the Elder Council of Park Rangers, here with some helpful hiking tips for the Xan'moxie Park Wilds. The Park Wilds are a beautiful place to spend a weekend amongst nature, but try to keep it to a short stay. Without proper park ranger training, you could get lost in its infinitely expanding planar biomes and spend months or even years hacking and slashing away at endlessly regenerating overgrowth. If you ever get lost in the Park Wilds, just remember this short and simple acronym: FRIEND. Forget your friends. Run. It's not worth it, leave them to die. Eventually you'll get over it. No regrets. Don't forget to hydrate. In the Xan'moxie Park Wilds, a friend is always there for you. Stay safe out there, and have a fantastic day.
Authorized by the Elder Council of Park Rangers in the city of Xan'moxie.
And now, for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of Xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons & Drag Quiz!
And we return to the main restaurant area of Tom Foodery as the party are talking with Liz Turn and Eugene about what to do next.
So, what to do next? ...
Well, to reiterate, you need to find a necromancer so we can put your soul back together and we can find a new body for Eugene.
Oh, okay. And Cleo gets out her scrying orb, which now has service.
Yes, for the first time in several sessions.
And she just types in, necromancers near me.
And results pop up on your scrying orb, and the highest rated result that is flooded all of the front page, and of course, why would you go to a second page, is a listing for Tivulax Resu Shack, Xan'moxie's premier reanimation service.
Are you currently mourning the death of a loved one? Would you do anything to get them back? How do you feel about blood magics? You may be eligible for subsidized necromancy. Simply sign on the dotted line, your soul is mine, and your loved one's fine. Come on down to Tivulax Resu Shack. Smell free guarantee, or your next zombie's free.
And that is the vibe you get from this website, which of course exists on the ethereal plane, the real live spider network on the ethereal plane.
Well, it could be a good option. However, they do mention the cost of a soul, which is what you want to reattach. So I'm not sure about that.
Yes, it does seem like 1 foot forward, 1 foot given to somebody else.
What is it about the feet of your soul that you're just so willing to give away?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't have a thing for feet, but if I did have a thing for feet, I would only have a thing for 1 foot. Because spiritually, I only have one.
Right. So that's your preferred spiritual foot.
Yes, my left one.
So you've got like a self-foot fetish.
Well, I would appreciate myself above all existence, so yes.
I see.
I would be egosexual. I love me.
Yeah, that checks out.
Well, whatever you need, we're here for you.
Even me, even though you mistreated me.
Says Eugene from the Soul Lantern.
Gosh, all of these interns, they say they want career, they want to learn from the best, but all of a sudden, we are the bad ones. Ugh.
Listen here, Cleo, we're only working together because we need to. If it were up to me, I'd have hypnotized you and made you walk off a cliff by now.
That if it was up to me, I would have let you die properly in my briefcase. But here we are.
All right. We may be unlikely allies, but we can all agree to work together on this occasion.
Me and Liz Turner having like a limped wrist like slap fight across the table. Like,
Take that. Ow, ow. Nails? We didn't agree to nails.
I'm getting
Sorry,
a weird
thumb war?
sexual tension from them, I say to Tom.
Hey, the only sexual tension here is between me and that lizard.
Okay.
That was weird.
Whatever your working relationship is, we should focus. Now, we've got that Reno guy. What was the ad called again? I've forgotten already.
Tivulac. Tivulac's Resu Shack.
Resu Shack. Right. We could hit up the Resu Shack. We could look into Lilia Mortris. We may even have some friends in the Bone Zone, assuming they manage to get there.
I've often got friends in the Bone Zone. Oh, wait. That's Bones in the Friend Zone. Sorry. Different thing.
We all admire your A game, Tom.
Thank you.
So the Bone Zone. How would we get there? Yeah.
Sorry, could all of you roll me an investigation check?
Okay. First roll of the night.
Investigate. Gonna find out.
Dice tray. So it's a 5 for me.
I got an 8.
I feel
18.
like we need. Oh, great.
Oh, cool. So I'll also give you the Tom lead.
All right. Well, I may know a girl. Her name's Madam Mush. She's just wildly great with tea. She's got a fashion sense out of this world. And I think she's going to be able to help us out.
So you know that her shop is in the in a section of the Park Wilds that is very attuned to like deathly planar energies, hence the mushrooms. So there might be a way to the Bone Zone there that you think she could help you out with.
So we need to go see her, and she might be able to get us into the Bone Zone.
Ah.
So yeah, so you could investigate Lilia Mortris, you could go to the Reishu Shack, you could go visit Madame Moosh. There's also a variety of other things that you didn't roll to get.
Would Moriel be able to do something?
You could probably go ask her.
Whoa. Wait a second. Didn't we go behind Moriel's back to retrieve your soul? Just to play devil's advocate here.
Oh, yes. Devil's advocate or heaven's advocate. I'm not sure which is appropriate in this scenario.
I think she specifically told you not to do it, but if you did do it, just don't tell her about it. But
There you go.
Yeah. So she's turned a blind eye to you going to hell. I guess currently you're not currently in hell, so you're fine.
I asked Sandra to ask Muriel if she knows anything about soul reattachment for a client, a potential client.
And that's the wording specifically?
Yes.
Yep. Cool. So Sandra pops into existence. You relay the message, and she says, "All right, boss. Oh, I don't know why you don't just call her yourself, though, because you do have a scrying orb."
No, but it's over there. And it's like on the table, and it's just like next to her hand, and she's like moving a little finger like,
All right. And she blinks out of existence. And then could I get you to all roll me perception checks?
Ooh. Damn, I'm going to have to give up this dice.
16.
Ooh, I got like, what's that? Counting.
7.
I can do 23.
Oh, wow. Candace sees through time.
That's right.
So Tom and Cleo, you hear the sound of Sandra disappear. And then a moment later, you hear the sound of her appear, probably around the corner. And then you hear her relay this message to Moriel over like the sound of being like a block away. But you hear this message. Do you hear Moriel reply? Yeah, did you want to walk around the corner or just wait for Sandra to get back?
But we can hear the reply.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, it's just depending which you choose is easier for me. But I could also just relay the exact message right now, which is, well, tell Cleo she could have just called me. Soul reattachment, that's necromancy. Sure, I could resurrect someone, bring them back to life if they had their whole soul, but soul reattachment, that's evil. Tell her to pick up my calls. They haven't been getting through. All right, on the bus. And Sandra reappears in front of you. All right, she said that soul reattachment is necromancy and totally evil, but yeah, that's the answer to your question.
Okay. Well, tell Muriel that I need to take next Wednesday off because I plan to go to a nail salon so I can file down these nails so I can beat Listern with my hands.
Okay. Yeah, so Cleo says she needs the next Wednesday off to go to a nail salon so she can beat someone named Liz Turn with her hands.
Miriam leans over to Tom and says, "Seems kind of cruel to keep this up."
Just seemed a bit unnecessary.
Who is Liz Turn? And absolutely not. She can't have Wednesday off. That's when Tom's trial is. Ask her how that's coming along, by the way. I still don't know if we have a case. Nothing. Mario says you can't have next Wednesday off because that's when Tom's trial is. By the way, how's that case going?
Oh, yes. Gosh, time flies when you're,
Retrieving your soul from hell?
Yes. The case is coming along groovy, as the lawyers in the cool sphere would say. Look over there. Is that a distraction?
Where?
No, it's not a distraction. I would also like to know how my case is coming along, come to think of it.
Well, I suppose we could just start working on the paperwork now, then. They don't have the control over my soul, and whilst it might not be attached, it's not in their possession.
Hey, we had a deal. We need to do this soul thing ASAP so we can get out of your hair forever.
That is also a very good point. Okay. I am going to call Carriage C to come around. You can tell us where to drive, and I'm going to do paperwork in the back.
Talk and walk.
That is doing both things at the same time.
Maybe we can have some sort of West Wing sequence where we work out your case for Tom while we make our way to Madame Mush in the center of the Park Wilds. Actually, would
Exactly.
Carriage C get into the Park Wilds? Or do we want to go to the other guy?
So you'd get to the outskirts of the Park Wilds, and then you'd have to go in yourself, probably through like a cable car from the visitor center to get as close as you could.
Oh, I am here for this cable car fantasy realness. Let's do that.
It'll be a chill cable car, no lizard people running along the cables.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. I have a wheelable desk in the back of C.
Oh, you're one of those cool warlocks.
Yes.
Okay.
Very cool.
Great.
Fine, we'll visit this Madame Mouche of yours.
And Cleo calls Carriage C, which comes around the corner momentarily, and you all pack in.
Can I ask, just in general, while we're out and about in the world with Liz Turn, how other Xan'moxians, like, absorb them in their life? Do they, like, calmly, like, oh, yes, that's a lizard person, or do they lose their mind because lizard people don't exist? Like, what's the situation?
Well, I mean, lizard people have also like been like removed from Xan'moxie by the flood of giant salmon that washed away all of the remaining lizards.
Right.
Because we left that in the podcast
of the
because
Salmon
AJ
King.
threatened to kill me. So fortunately, no one notices Liz Turn.
Great. All right.
Someone walks by and is shocked, and then like while during that exchange with Sandra and Moriel, Liz Turn just hypnotized a passerby.
Genius.
Didn't
Actually,
see anything.
what's the name of the one-eyed alien from Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, who is constantly in drag? Because can we make that Liz Turn?
Pleakley?
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's the. I think Liz Turn probably still has like the Jan outfit.
Yes, absolutely. Great.
I'll get into something less conspicuous.
And he
would be
just
great.
puts on a blonde wig, and that's it.
Yes.
He was already wearing like the janitor clothes.
Can we? I want to hand him. I don't have lipstick. I just want to give him red lipstick. That's all I want. Red lipstick.
Don't worry, I came prepared.
Yes. Okay, great.
And he pulls out some lipstick and applies it.
Where did Liz Turn go?
She's.
And you hop into Carriage C,
Yeah.
and you tell the driver to make for the Park Wilds.
Yeah. Let's do that.
As Cleo gets to work on Tom's paperwork.
Writing.
What are you writing? What are you saying about me?
Well, thinking about the pros and cons and the mens rea and the legal system and the jury and the judges and the wigs and the gavel. Yes, the gavel.
But what's the case against Tom?
Oh, yes, I have to go back through my notes and remember why exactly Tom was being sued.
So you recall after going through your notes that the city of Xan'moxie is suing Tom for the constant theft and larceny that he committed to fund his restaurant.
Alleged.
Alleged, exactly. You have to prove that. Morio wants you to use the angle that he did do it, but he's a penitent man. Although you are going up against Warlock and Warlock, who have taken a personal interest in this case, who are going to be undermining Tom any way that they can. His restaurant is currently closed until the results of the trial, the restaurant that you just left, Tom Fruitery. And of course, if he were convicted, he wouldn't be able to open the new restaurant, Tom's Toasties, down by the harbor.
So the specific wording of what they're being sued for is that Tom has used illegal funds for a City of Xan'moxie business.
So, that's part of it.
He stole the ingredients, right?
Yes.
It's a theft.
Yes. So major theft from various people and businesses throughout the city, which is in itself multiple offenses. But then also funding a Xan'moxie business through like the use of illicit supply is
So
also
is X counts of theft?
like
one count-
XXX probably.
3 X's. It's on Pornhub. It's that many X's. Okay. Cool. I just want to know so I can make a real legal case.
Yeah, well, that's when we do finally do the trial.
Yeah, we'll need to.
I want this to. Yeah, you need something.
All right. Yeah. So you remember all of that, Tom?
No, or I think it's all alleged, but go on.
Yes. Well, I'm going to balance lots of things, including public opinion, taxes. That one time I got spat on by a stranger. Lots of things. And then your
What's
case.
that got to do with it?
I was having a bad day, and then someone came along, and when you're just like, oh, this is the straw that broke the list turns back.
No, not heard that before, but go on.
Oh, yeah. You put lots of straws on, and you think that one straw is not that heavy. And then you pile them up, and then they get very heavy.
Seems like a lot of straw.
Yes. All the horses didn't need that there.
Frankly, we're going to need a stronger argument than straw.
But lots of straws.
Oh.
That is the philosophy.
I guess it depends if we're going up against a wolf or not, eh? How huffy and puffy are the other side?
Fine, I'll use bricks.
If you could, that would be great.
So, what is your current defense of Tom? Just out of curiosity.
My defense is picking apart the evidence of all of the individual thefts and proving that they are unsubstantial, unverifiable, or were attained through a legal manner.
I like that.
Yeah,
What if-
no, that's a solid case.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cases, and as you're aware, there are a lot of witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom has also admitted a lot of it to you and to other people.
Yes, but we also have a hypnotist lizard with us.
Oh, God. We just need to hypnotize the entire city. Who are we, the Riddler?
No, I speak plainly.
So your current case is to coerce me into hypnotizing the entire city that your friend didn't commit the crimes that he committed.
Well, not on paper, but it seems to be your thing. Remember you had that big laser beam in space?
Yes, that was more Reptilica's thing.
No, what is your preference? Do you prefer something in the water or from cheese?
Well, before you killed Reptilica, we were just henchmen. Now, I'm a person, and I very much would like to do more evil.
Okay.
I'd like to see more evil.
And I would like to hear more evil.
Look, fine, we can discuss.
We're
we
talking
can
about
discuss-
porn, right?
All 3 X's of it.
Okay, good. I was just going to say, I had some thoughts. Maybe we could argue the case that while you were stealing and pillaging from all these other businesses, that you were looking into what a food bank situation could be like if you took all of the scraps and leftovers from other businesses and tried to make it into a whole new enterprise.
Yes. That was one option we pursued early on. I remember this. It was the charitable worker defense. A classic in the law book.
You do recall that part of you working for the Lightwell firm, as well as receiving warlock powers from Oriel, and also having Tom's case be taken on pro bono, was under the stipulation that Tom would open a charity restaurant after the case was finalized.
Yes, they can do that as well.
Yes, charity. And Tom like touches his nose.
Have you got an itch?
No, I mean like charity, and then he winks.
Oh, like the big fire person that we throw money into every year.
That's correct.
And as you're discussing Tom's case, your driver informs you that we've arrived at the Park Wilds, madam.
Lower the wheelie desk.
Oh my god.
Your servants open the door for you and put a ramp down as the desk that you are currently on is like pulled out with you sitting behind it. I think like the chair is attached to the desk.
Yeah, I like that.
So you're just wheeled out into the street, and then you have like your servants press a button, and now you have mental control of this wheelie desk that you're sitting in.
And can I have also changed before we started the journey? So now I'm wearing like a judge's gown, and I've got the curly like British barista style wigs.
Perfect.
Not
Did
barista,
you say
barrister.
barista? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to
Barista
say.
style.
Barista style wigs. It's just a comb over.
I've got a long
and the
black-
vibe that their acting career isn't going well.
Soul Origin Justice.
Love that.
Yeah, so you are dressed as a judge, sitting behind your wheelie desk that you can just freely move around in while sitting. And you arrive at the Park Wilds.
Fabulous. I'm in my regular park ranger uniform. Okay, well, I can lead us towards the Sky Chariot. Sorry, there's some loud driving. Can you hear that happening?
Nope.
No.
Okay, cool. Sounded like someone doing a wheelie.
Oh. A wheelie desk.
It was me.
A wheelie desk, yeah, but with a very big engine, like a V8. That's big, right? I know cars. I'm very mask. Okay.
So you make your way over to the Park Wilds Visitor Center.
Yes, great.
And you walk through the door, and you see Park Ranger Cyrena is there, just hanging out and giving pamphlets to people who are arriving at the visitor center. And welcome to the... Oh, hey, Miriam. What's up? We haven't seen each other in a while.
Oh, hey, Cyrena, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. I think I sound a bit different. I don't know. Don't remember what I sound like.
Different. You sound happy. You've
I'm
gotten over
always
that
happy.
whole... No, I know, but like there was a bad relationship at one point, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if that wedding actually happened in canon or not, but I think it did. I mean, that whole thing was a fever dream. We all got transported to a giant hotel. You killed a man.
But the important thing is you didn't marry that megalomaniac. Exactly. Or if you did, you're now divorced.
No, you killed him. But it was okay for you to do so because it was technically Park Wild land and you can just murder whoever you want here, I guess. Anyway, What are you doing here? Are you actually coming into work today?
Oh, I'm sort of passing through. You know, it's ranger business. And I tap my nose.
Yes, I know what that means.
All right, I guess I owe you a solid because you murdered my fiance, which I wanted, so I won't tell Sybil.
Well, is there something that people need from me? Have you heard anything, or?
Oh, there's just like a bit of talk around the office about how you never come into work anymore and you're always just off on adventures and making wild justifications. Like, I thought you were like a full-timer.
Oh, I had a lot of annual leave built up, so I've just been...
Do you have the contract? You seem to be talking about legal stuff, so where's your contract? You know Miriam's contract?
Look, I'm not saying anything.
No.
There's a bit of hubbub in the office.
If you're accusing my client of anything, look at me.
No.
I will sue you to the ground up.
Okay, Cyrena's doing us a solid by letting us onto the thing.
Serena is doing what she owes you after I'll sue her for defamation.
Listen here. I could wash you away with the blink of an eye. I could turn into a shark and just take a bite out of you.
You'd be out of water and you would drown in air.
Yeah, but then I'd die and then I'd turn back into me.
You know what? We are going to put a pin in this conversation for now, and we can revisit it at a later date.
All right. Like I said, I won't tell Sybil that you're here in the Park Wilds but not working. Where did you need to go?
We're headed to this location, and I point at a map roughly. We don't know the name of the tea shop, and it's like not supposed to be there, right?
Yes, but you do know that there is a zone of the Park Wilds that is a mushroom forest.
We're headed to the mushroom forest.
Known as the Veil of Death.
The Veil of Death, which I'm just remembering the name of now. That doesn't sound cheery.
Well, it's kind of like a stay away from it sort of deal, you know, because of the death.
Yep.
Well, yeah, well, if you just sit on the cable car for a while, you'll eventually get to the Veil of Death, and you can just jump out.
Oh, it doesn't stop
Because
there?
it's not... Well, it's not technically open to visitors because of the death, and you know, we
Right.
try to keep the death count down. But
Of course. That's our number one priority. It says so on the board.
Keeping death down.
Keeping the death count
Has
down.
it got like a you know X amount of days since death?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And it's at 2, and as you're talking, like, it's gone back to 0.
0. Oh, somebody popped in there now.
Yeah, picnics.
That'll happen.
Anyway, I think there are some parachutes in the storeroom next to the cable car, so you can use
Oh.
those, I guess.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Great. Well, have a nice day.
You too, Sai.
Terms are agreed.
As Cyrena looks over your shoulder and says, "Hi, welcome to the Park Wilds."
Love that.
And you make your way
Yeah.
to the cable cars.
Yeah. Cool.
Remember the last time we were on these things?
Yes, we were being pursued.
Yes.
It may have been here that you shoved me into your briefcase. Or maybe that was someone else. Maybe that happened when we tried to steal that statue. I don't remember.
Either way, memories.
The point is, we've come so far in a very large circle.
I like bookends.
I
Let's-
prefer the contents personally, but each to their own.
Let's hope we've made important life lessons since then.
And you make your way over to the storeroom.
Silence.
That's silence.
Silence. Okay, great.
And you make your way over to the storeroom, and you find some parachute tokens. Little, like solid little tokens that if you clutch, you'll cast Featherfall on yourself.
Oh, love that.
And there's enough for everyone here.
Great.
You'll,
Can we
take-
grab a couple extra?
Yeah, sure. So there's one for everyone, including Liz Turn, but not Eugene. And an additional 8.
I grab all 8.
Oh my
So you have
god.
8 parachute tokens.
And like, do you just use them to like throw things off the edge just to see what happens?
No, I just feel like we fall down a lot.
Right. Okay, so they're going to come in handy
That's
So
later.
I
Logic
think we
is
should have
sound.
some on hand.
I see.
Logic is sound.
Like you activating them by like squeezing them, and then they just like radiate like a pulse of magic. So if you squeezed it and then like threw it at someone, it would probably like work on them. Maybe, I don't know. It could be fun.
It's a thought.
Let's find out.
But yeah, you pile into the cable car.
Yep. Do you get the desk in?
Yes. For the context of the rest of this episode. Oh, yeah. Bring in your BYO desk. But for the context of this episode, the desk will fit everywhere we
Okay, great.
So you put the wheelie desk into the into the cable car as you begin your journey. How do you pass the time?
I think
Working.
we start by watching Cleo work, and then I will start a game of Hangman on the on one of her loose pieces of parchment and get everyone to start playing with me.
Is there a difference in the Xan'moxie version?
The Hangman has several other limbs and some tentacles. So it's much easier to play. No, I said it's a dwarvish word.
Dracosh is a Dwarvish word. Just because it's in Orcish, it uses the same script.
I don't care if it uses the same script, and I try and flip the table.
But it fits the letters.
I just know the words.
This is ridiculous. I'm not playing this anymore. I can't believe I'm sitting here next to Cleo just working away. You still haven't apologized for everything you've done.
I look across the room at Cleo.
Oh, Cleo's not listening. Cleo's like head down in a book. She's reading about theft law history and like Elfro versus Elfwade.
Could you roll me an investigation check?
17.
Here's a little kernel of information that you can use to help your case.
Colonel. Sanders is my favorite.
You think it would be helpful to the case if you knew which testimonies Warlock and Warlock were going to bring up against Tom?
Yes.
Write that down.
She scribbles a note in the corner.
Yeah, so you can investigate that later.
Noticing Eugene say that and not being clocked, Miriam will take a moment and say, Eugene, I've been meaning to tell you something. In fact, I've been avoiding it. When you died, I was the one who shot you.
What? Miriam,
I know.
But remember that montage that played after I died of all the times that we hung out?
Yeah, we were close. We took like photo booth photos together in crazy Christmas outfits at that staff Christmas party.
We had a lot of off-screen bonding time that didn't make it to the podcast.
That's right. We were very emotionally close for a scope of 30 seconds of recounting.
I always assumed Cleo shot me with an arrow because, well, she never uses magic.
That does make sense. But no, I shot you because you've been hurting my friend, and I know she's not the best person a lot of the time, but she means well, and she tries, and I'm sorry, because you're a good person, too.
I mean, I still work for Warlock and Warlock, technically.
All right, well, you're a good person who has deep, dubious morals and makes bad decisions sometimes.
No, Eugene is evil. We love being evil together, don't we, darling?
Yeah, like I love being evil, because then I can get back in all the rage that I have from being Cleo's intern for so long.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
So you're not mad that I killed you because you are evil.
Well, it does recontextualize things. I said we were cool before, but maybe we're not.
Okay, well,
I think you really should have just stopped while you were ahead there, Miriam.
I guess so. I suppose you'll want this back now, and then I hand back the Christmas photos of us in the booth.
Well, you can hold on to those for now, Miriam. I don't have a body yet.
Oh, right, of course. I forgot. I killed you. And then she tucks it away and then moves over to the side of the window and starts looking out.
And you notice the last thing you see before looking out the side of the cable car is just how disappointed Eugene looks, who was quiet for the rest of the cable car ride.
So is Miriam.
So, Tom, was it?
Yes?
So, what's your deal? You're a thief?
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But
What do you do in your spare time?
I make toasties.
I'm not much of a toasty person.
What do you mean you're not a toasty person? Everybody's a toasty person. There's a toasty flavour for everyone. I don't understand.
Well, my preferred meal is the unguarded eggs of birds.
That's fine. You just take some unguarded eggs of birds, and you put them on a toasty, and there you go. You got a perfect toasty for you. That's the brilliant thing about toasties, is that everybody's got their perfect toasty, and there's not anybody in this world that doesn't like them.
But if you took some unguarded bird's eggs and put 2 pieces of toast on them, it would just crush the eggs, and part of the fun is cracking it open yourself and sucking out the life juices.
No, I think you'll find that there is a way to do it without breaking the eggs. You just got to cut a little hole in the toasty, like Toad in the Hole situation, put a little egg in there, and then that just becomes a new type of... I've just invented a new type of toasty. Oh, I'm going to write that down. I will not have it, though. I will not have that you don't like toasties. That's just not true.
You'll have to prove me wrong, but you've got me curious.
Would you like me to make you one?
Right now?
Well, no, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere right now, but maybe later.
Yes, we're suspended over this beautiful planar rifted parkland, which we haven't really paid attention to. It's actually quite beautiful.
It is actually. It's
Look
stunning.
over there.
Oh,
That tree just turned into an ocean.
that's amazing. I could stare at the ocean for seconds before I got bored.
And Tom, as you look out of the cable car, you see that up ahead, the parkland just dips into a valley that is just, it looks dark and spongy, and you can just see large mushroomy, like giant mushrooms just rocketing into the sky the size of trees.
Oh, mushies, we're here. You all better hold on.
And no one else on the cable car says anything.
We're all in our own words.
Yep, we're here. Death City.
I don't see why it's so deathly, you know. It's quite pretty.
Looks fine to me. So we just jump?
It had a high fatality rate. We don't like sending people here because they don't tend to come back. Anyway, I suppose we should go in.
That was a bit ominous, wasn't it?
Well, it's not like I can die again, right?
Maybe 2 deaths make a life.
Not heard that one before.
And you are just passing over the center of the Veil of Death. And if you continue to dawdle, you'll pass it entirely.
Okay, let's go. And I'll open the cable car door. Everyone's got their tokens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After me. Alley-oop. And I jump out.
And you jump out and you squeeze your parachute token as a wave of magic washes over you, which slows your descent. And you just begin falling down slowly, like a feather.
And just behind Miriam is Cleo still writing at a desk. And she's falling fast until she just like presses the button and then continues to scribe.
Wait, does the desk stay in place?
Yeah, so the desk was plummeting and Cleo's still writing. And then she's like, oh, presses the, the parachute and then continues to write.
Yeah, and the magic spreads over you and the desk, so you were just falling gently with this desk. As you land in the middle of a dense mushroom forest, as these giant mushroom growths tower over you, you can hear the sounds of a whole ecosystem just echoing around you.
We haven't had a long rest, have we? We're bloody morons. We're morons. Oh my
No,
God.
I don't think you've had a long rest.
No, we just went
Oh, I
straight
kind of
here.
inferred that we had one because we ended up in a cafe or something. didn't we?
No, you
No, we went straight
just
to the
walked out of
restaurant.
tomfootery and just went straight here.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought we were like in a cafe the next day or something.
No.
Cool. So let's go to the break.
Great.
How will our heroes get out of this one? Find out after these messages.
Hello, Temmies. Welcome back to Tamura Talk, the only obcast. Period. There are no others. I'm your host, Tamura, here always with some fantasy advice for your fantasy life. Today's obcast is sponsored by my ex-girlfriend's sword collection, which I am holding hostage until she returns my antique Iskavian tea set. Use promo code Team Tamura to let Lilia know you chose to stay friends with me over her. I'm joined today with some special guests, my housemate Miriam, my niece Cleo, and their friend Tom. Say hello.
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 No time to chat. On to today's question. Dear Tamura, I've been stuck inside for months because of world events. How do I stop myself from going stir crazy? I've already eaten my family. What's next? From Quarantina. Well, this is quite a universal question. What do we have advice for Quarantina here?
Did you keep some of the bones?
That's a good question. Did you keep the bones? If Quarantina did keep the bones, Cleo, what should she do with them?
Well, because sometimes when I am stuck inside, I get into plant life. I grow things in my garden. And I don't know how dead bodies work. But if they are like plants, and to be honest, most things are because they're common and everywhere, and sometimes they are weeds, you can put them in the soil and they will regrow. And then you chop them down and they regrow. Yeah, plants.
Yes, we all love the cycle of decay. What about you, Tom? Do you have any thoughts?
Did any of your family have a yeast infection by any chance?
Maybe we should just assume they did.
I assume they did. My family usually does. Well, if they do, well, you can take that yeast and you can turn it into a starter, and you can make your own bread.
Some sort of sourdough.
Sour faux, perhaps.
Oh.
You could use that yeast to perhaps make a vegan cheese as well, and then you can make yourself a real nice toasty.
And if your family regrow, you can add them to the toasty.
And what about you, Miriam?
Well, I was going to suggest maybe you get into cooking, but this whole prior talk has kind of put me off it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with using yeast you find around the house to make sourdough or growing new plants. Miriam, you're quite the naturalist. You should be less opposed to this.
No, I'm fine. I just perhaps wouldn't source the original yeast from the bones of my family. But, I'm not here to yuck someone's yum. I think you should absolutely make mulch out of the bones of your family members if that's something that is important to you. I'm all about choice.
Honestly, Miriam, it's pretty bigoted of you.
Yep, I guess I'm closed-minded when it comes to family murder.
No way to be. Life's too short, you know.
Shorter for some, apparently.
Well, there you have it, Quarantina. Hopefully that was helpful advice. But that's all the time we have today. Remember, don't trash talk, Tamura talk.
Hey everyone, it's me, Peak, your Fungeon Master. Welcome to the middle of the episode. One of my favorite things about doing this show is the collaborative aspect of the world building. Xan'moxie is such a wonderfully fun setting, and getting to develop it on the fly with the help of the players is always a treat. But it's also great to collaborate with you, the listener. Characters like Tamura and Snapdragon have been submitted by some of our Patreon donors. In today's episode, we even get to meet the marvelous Madame Mouche, who was also submitted via Patreon. So if that sounds like something you want to do and you've got some cool ideas for some future Xan'moxie NPCs, you can head on over to patreon.com/DNDQAU and sign up to the $20 a month tier or higher. Your support means so much to us, and it helps us to make a bigger and better show. But that's enough of me waffling on. Let's get back to the episode.
So as the five of you look around, you can see that you're just in the middle of a dense mushroom forest. You can see mushroom stalks of every type growing out of very spongy mushroom-like ground. And you just hear the sounds of wildlife around you. And you see a giant bird fly overhead. And there is just a puff of spores from a nearby mushroom tree that hits this bird, which causes it to stop mid-flight as it falls to the ground jerkily. And then a tendril lashes out and grabs it, and this bird is pulled to the ground, and it very quickly decays, and a little mushroom sprout just pops up where it was.
Ugh.
Oh my.
Well, I think we've figured out where the name comes from.
Yes, I think we're going to have to be a little bit careful about where we tread or fly, I suppose.
Yes.
How far above the mushroom was it flying?
This was like just right above like the tallest canopy.
Oh, okay. So it was one of the largest mushrooms, like that kind of is sort of a tree size?
Yeah, could you roll me a nature check?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that can be a book.
Yeah, I've got a book. Does that help?
Let me check that feat specifically. Cool. Yeah. Yes. So actually, your tour guide training feat of Moxie does actually apply to this because it is historical and practical knowledge about Xan'moxie, the Park Wilds, and other planes.
Hooray!
So instead of actually, so that means that you can, without even making a check, you can always ask these 4 questions.
Okay.
Or one of the following questions rather. What is the key information about this location? What immediate dangers may be present in the area? What is the best way out of this place? And is it safe to take a short or long rest here?
Okay.
So what did you get in your nature check?
I got a 16.
Yeah, with 16, you can ask all of those questions if you'd like.
Okay, great. Well, I'll start with what is the immediate danger here? That question.
Yep. So you know that the Veil of Death is alive. It is just one like connected mushroom colony It's just it itself is a giant fungus network that has just appeared in the park wilds.
I'm just having flashbacks to Mum right now.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
We've
We're
gone
stuck
through a
again.
mushroom Mum.
Just a chewy mum.
Unlike Mum, it is not immediately hostile.
Okay, great.
Like it's kind of just so the dangers are more just like walking into places unwittingly.
So is there a path?
No, you're kind of just in the middle of a forest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the immediate dangers would be best to avoid sticking too close to any of the mushroom stalks themselves, and anything that looks like it could spore you. There is some wildlife that can survive here that is not mushroom, and they somehow manage to not get eaten most of the time. Yeah, so those are the immediate dangers. Just the entire ecosystem.
Awesome. Just everything. Great.
Sure.
What was that
so
first question? Sorry.
So what is the key information about this location? So that's kind of
Yes.
bundled in with that being just this connected fungus network. On top of that, so it is on the Park Wilds map, and people are free to visit it if they wish on foot or if they get off the cable car at a nearby location. Because it's actually one of the more stable places in the Park Wilds, like from a planar perspective, because it is just one larger organism. Yeah, people have obviously died here, but yeah. So aside from all those facts, it is somehow still a popular tourist destination. You have heard rumors of like illegal businesses operating here because it is kind of like an untouched area. So the best way out of this place, aside from just walking out, if you could make it back up to the cable car line and just hitch a ride, that might be easier than trying to walk outside, especially from the middle where you are.
Right. Yeah.
Or like just quite in the thick of it. And is it safe to take a short or long rest here? Nope.
No, absolutely not. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, cool. Well, with that in mind, and I relay that information as is relevant to my party members.
And Tom, you said you knew someone who lives here?
Yes, Mushy?
Madam Mush? Or Moosh?
Madam-
Madam Moosh,
Madam
you
Moosh?
said?
Look, a name's not important. I mean, it might be for the storyline and being able to follow it and all that.
Right.
But basically, she's great. She's really going to be able to help us with the Bone Zone situation. She makes an oolong that will just make you long, you know? So you're going to really love her.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
Love
Love
I
a
know
good
she's around here
tea-oo.
somewhere. But this all looks kind of the same. Would I know? Have I been there before?
You tell me. Like, how about you describe your relationship with Madame Moosh? Like, what
okay.
have you done for her, or like, how has she?
Well, here's how it
been
came
incorporated
about.
into your?
We were, I was trying to collect, allegedly steal some mushrooms off the back of a truck, and Madame Moosh was actually driving it. She thought she caught me in the act. She did not. There was no act to be caught in, obviously. All alleged. Anyway, I used my charms. We struck up a bit of a convo, and she mentioned she makes some teas, and I said, well, I quite fancy a tea. We went off and had a tea, and I told her about my toasties, and she thought, well, you know what would go good with a toasty? And I said, well, what's that? And she said, well, what would go good with a toasty is a tea. And I said, oh, that's not a bad idea.
I was
Have a
sure
tea
you were
with a
going to say
toasty.
mushroom.
No, you'd think so,
No.
but no. So anyway, we were going to set up a bit of a collab situation. It was going to be Tom's Toasty and Madame Moosh's tea. Anyway, it was going to be a whole toasty tea play on situation. But you know, I fell on hard times. And here we are.
In the middle of a deathly forest
Correct.
of mushrooms.
Correct. But see, she gave me a card, so I know where this is, but I've not actually visited it before. I've realised I only ever saw her at my toasty shop. That's where we did all our meetings.
Okay.
So no, I've not been here before, is what I'm trying to say. So I've no idea where we're going.
Seems like a long-winded way of doing it, but okay.
I think backstory is important, though, you'll find.
That's true. It's important we have all the information we need to get in there.
Correct.
And I can absolutely say we do not.
Well,
But no.
I mean, there's an address here, but it's just very vague. It's just like, second mushroom for the left, after the bigger mushroom with the blue bit on top. Now, there's a couple here with blue bits, so I'm not sure.
Comma, Veil of Death.
Comma, Veil of Death, yeah.
There's a
Love that.
postcode, I'm sure.
Are you looking at her business card?
Yes.
90210.
Yeah, so the business card would say Madame Mouche's Shroom with a View.
Oh, I love that.
That's great. Yeah, I thought it was good. I love a pun.
It's got her scrying orb digits and just the address on the back.
Do you have to dial 1-800-MUSH to get in contact?
It's just the mushroom emoji 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, have
Is
we
there a
got
mushroom
reception?
emoji?
Have you got
I hope so.
reception? Well, can you not just give her a bell?
Well, I don't know her. Do I have reception?
Just put her on loudspeaker. I'll talk.
Yeah, you'll have reception. You are back in Xan'moxie.
Oh yeah, have I got my stolen scrying orb? Does that work?
You do, yeah.
Oh, well, I can give her a buzz. She won't have this number, obviously, because,
Okay.
it's allegedly
Am I getting
stolen.
my orb?
No, it's fine. I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay.
Yep. I don't know if I've actually used this thing before, so I'm not sure what to do. I might need a hand.
Well, you get out the scrying orb, and then you get to the sigil screen, and then you... Yep, that's it. Good.
Yes? Right.
And then you just have to tap the sigils on the interface, and then swipe. Like that. There we go.
Oh, have I done it?
I think so. That or we rented an X-rated movie. I can't quite tell.
Well, either way, it's a bit knobby. Right, I think it's...
To be expected.
Is it ringing?
And the scrying orb is ringing and connecting to this other scrying orb. Hello, this is Shroom with a View. How can I help you?
Is that Moosh?
Tom, darling, is that you?
It is me. How are you?
Oh, I'm very cross with you, Tom. You were supposed to call me back. We were supposed to collab.
That is a big story for another time. But you know what? Once we get what we need and we get ourselves sorted here, we are going to collab.
So it sounds like you need a favor.
Possibly. Possibly. We're actually in your neck of the woods, funnily enough. But we can't find it. We can't find where you are specifically. I believe we're a bit lost. Your card says something about a blue, second from the left, but there seems to be lots of blue mushrooms now. I don't know if there's been like new places that popped up in the neighbourhood since this card was printed.
You came all the way to the Veil of Death just to see little old me.
Absolutely. I've just been telling the others just how great you are. I said that you make an oolong that will make you oolong long.
Well, my reputation precedes me.
It certainly
Look,
does.
Dear Tomcat, if you just hold on a moment, make sure you don't get eaten by anything.
We're trying not to.
Just let me reach out and find you, and you can just follow the... You'll see.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you all soon.
Okay. Bye.
Ta-ta!
Mwah.
Oh.
Ooh. I caught it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not how these Xan orbs work.
Oh. Well, I don't know then. I'll just hang up then.
I thought it was a cute moment, but I just needed to let you know that's not how they work.
She
Why
had
don't-
already hung up.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. What are we waiting
Oh.
for then?
No, I'm sorry. We also ordered the porn. I think we did both.
But wait, I didn't order this pizza.
Well,
and
I
you
guess
all-
we're gonna have to have sex then. Oh, I've already seen this one. Yeah.
Miriam, that sounded a lot like you. Are you in that Porto?
No, that's my cousin Berthilda. She does a lot of porn. Ethical porn.
Ethical.
Everyone gets
She
paid.
plants a tree for every time she gets treed.
Well, if you're not going to pay for this pizza, I guess we'll both have to have sex, but we'll both orgasm.
That's ethical.
And I'll just watch.
Consensually.
It's the intern in the corner of the video.
Great.
And after you turn off the porn, there is a rumbling, and then just ahead of you, you just hear as a mushroom, just a very small one, just pops into existence out of the ground, and it is purple and glowing. And then there is a series of more pops as more of these purple glowing mushrooms appear and appear to be sprouting in a path, in a direction.
Oh, that's very cute. I suppose we should follow them.
Do you reckon that's what she meant? Yeah, it must be.
Pretty sure.
I mean, she wasn't really specific, was she? She was just like, you'll know, but I don't know if I know, you know?
We look over, and then some of the purple mushrooms have formed like an arrow that is blinking on and off.
And it just maybe spells out, like, you'll know.
Yeah.
I reckon that might be it,
As
guys.
you follow the path.
Yeah.
So you walk along the path with Cleo wheeling behind you, still furiously researching.
Please don't hit any other the wildlife with that.
And Cleo's last in your, in the single line formation, I presume. And just every mushroom that was made, the desk just mows it down. And Cleo is unaware.
You turn back to see some of the purple mushrooms that Cleo has run over with her desk, and you see that other mushrooms are just little fungusy tendrils just come out and just take the discarded mushrooms and just absorb them back into the flesh.
Ooh, how nervy.
Well, I guess that's a really good compost.
And you continue walking until you see you walking up what feels like an upward incline, and you eventually reach a mushroom cliff, just the flat of a giant mushroom head that is jutting out of the spongy mushroomy ground that overlooks the park wilds. And you can see over the Veil of Death here and just see that you are very much in the middle of it, but you have a pretty good view. And just at the base of this little cliff is a larger building that is in the shape of a mushroom that is just pulsating with colored nightclub lights.
Oh my god.
And you just see a sign that says "Shroom with a view," and there's a little T symbol.
Oh my god. I love
Maria.
this. Peek, I love this.
So we should walk in, or
Yes, I suppose so. Is it a
Yep.
clear path down?
Is there a knock, like a door to knock on?
There is a bouncer, but there doesn't appear to be a line. You notice that there are also just people walking around. They're all just having a good time. They've got people drinking tea out of paper takeaway cups, and then you see someone finish their tea and just throw it over their shoulder, and it just gets absorbed into the ground below.
Magic.
Wait, the mushroom cup or the leftover tea?
Both.
Wow.
Just everything.
You wouldn't want to fall over, would you?
And Miriam, you notice one of these passes by, you recognize them from a a missing persons list in the park wilds.
Oh my god. What's their name? Do I remember their name, or do you want me to make it up?
So you also see a park ranger that's just gone AWOL who just hasn't returned to the park wilds, presumed dead. What's their name? Who are they?
The ranger?
Yeah.
Baramy Thatcher.
Laramie Thatcher.
I said Baramy, but I like Laramie.
Baramy.
Just yeah. Okay.
I like Baramy
Thatcher.
Laramie Thatcher.
Laramie Thatcher. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. What's their thing?
They were into farming, totally into. They had like heaps of hobby farms, and they liked making their own produce. So we kind of all felt that Baramy was just into becoming a park ranger just so he could scope out some good land for a while.
Sure. So you see him just off in the distance with some people just enjoying what looks like a very intricate cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little straw hat. He is a dwarf, much like you.
Yeah.
And Baramy's just like, he looks a bit like drunk. He's having a good time. He's just hanging out with some people.
My God, that's Baramy Thatcher. We thought he was dead. In fact, we bet on it.
Miriam, is that you?
It is.
What you doing here?
Oh, look, we're looking for a very important shroom.
Well, you've come to the right place. I mean, I found this place that I just haven't left. It's fucking great. It's just like a party 24/7.
My God, we heard the Shroomers, but I had no idea.
Well, let me tell you, Miriam, the Shroomers are true.
Oh,
Every
boy.
one of them. But yeah, it's just been a couple days, and I thought I'd have myself a little holiday before getting back.
Baramy, it's not been a couple of days. You've been gone for 2.5 years.
What? That's ridiculous. That would make me 373, and I don't look a day over 370.
You most certainly do. And then I take out my Xan orb and then pull up the missing persons listing of Baramy Thatcher in his park ranger getup. Look, posted.
My God. But no, I've only been here a couple days. I was just investigating some disturbances in the forest, and then I ended up here, and I'm just having, you're joking around, aren't you, Miriam? This isn't.
I wish I was. Listen, we're going to have a ask around, and maybe if we figure out what's going on, we'll let you know.
Yeah, cool. I'll just keep having a good time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, do you know the host of this marvelous location? Madam Shroom? Is that right? Madam Moosh.
Madam Moosh, yeah. Oh, she's great. She's just such a cool host. She owns that place over there. She's just always giving us food and stuff, and we're protected from the veil of death here. None of us have been consumed.
Told you she's great. She's great. There's nothing wrong with her. She's
No.
wonderful.
I'm sure she's fine, and I'm sure there's a completely reasonable reason why Barathy here has forgotten how long he's been gone for.
Nothing reads Greek about this at all.
I just got a bit carried away.
Well, that's one hell of a bender.
Yeah, look, you would too. I mean, if you guys are here to party, let me tell you, you are in for something.
What are
I'm
we
always down for a hell of a bender.
and what are we talking about here? What are we partying with?
Oh, just everything on the level. Nothing too hard, but just honestly, you just have to try the cocktails. It's just out of this world, man.
Right. Well, we'll circle back for the cocktails once we've connected with our host.
Yeah, well, tell her Baramy says hi.
All right, will do. Good to see you.
Cool.
You look great.
Again, not a day off over 373.
And then
370. Oh man, am I really that old? We're getting too old to party.
It's like he has aged terribly.
Hey, Larissa, I'm still cool, right?
And then we see that some of those glowing mushrooms are like, "You're not cool," and they've spelt it out on the grass.
Yeah, cool. So you enter Shrumour the View, and as soon as the bouncer lets you through, and you are just greeted with a barrage of sounds and light on the inside. This tea house appears to be the wildest party you've ever seen in all of Xan'moxie. And you see on this, everything's just lit up with bioluminescent mushrooms, and they're all just pulsing to the sounds of the music. You see behind the bar and just walking around serving drinks and food, you can see small humanoid mushrooms with toadstool heads and braided hair coming out. You say they all look identical. And you see everyone just having a great time and dancing and partying. And you see there is a large stage in the center of this room where there is a tall, imposing woman with a mushroom head draped in a cloak. And she tosses it off to reveal a very voluptuous, curvy mushroom form wearing an elegant party dress. As you see Madame Mouche just begins draping herself over a piano that just appeared out of nowhere. And she begins singing some cabaret to her captive audience.
God, I love this.
And everyone is living for it.
Life is a cabaret, oh chuff. Life is a cabaret.
Cleo, be quiet. This is actually good.
Sorry, I was playing a recording from Sabrina that she left before she went on her cruise.
Yeah, come for her years later.
I actually went to a cruise. It was actually pretty good. She's actually really found her calling.
I heard she was quite the entertainer.
And Madame Mouche finishes up her song with just the longest sustained note you've ever heard, and then just throws her mic stand into the piano, shattering it in a shower of sparks and light. And the crowd goes wild. Oh, lovelies, you've all been wonderful. I'll see you all later, here at the Shroom with a View. Make sure to tip my daughters, and have a good time. And she gets off of the stage and walks behind a curtain, as the crowd continues to cheer.
That was quite the show. I'm clapping.
What did I tell you? She's bloody great, isn't she?
All right, shall we go over and introduce ourselves, or?
Yes, we should.
All right, I'll let you lead.
Well, I've not been here before, so you've just got just as much idea as I do of where we're going. But anyway, she seemed to go behind that curtain.
All right, after you.
I'm going.
Good.
Yep, don't look at me go.
Do you step onto the stage?
Well, is there can you go beside it to get around the curtain, or do you have to kind of go up onto the stage to do it?
Yeah, there's probably just like a little side entrance.
Probably go the side way.
Why, as soon as you step on the stage, does this start? And someone hands you a top hat and a cane?
You have to do one show tune.
He's the Tomcat. Oh, yeah, you can have your own Jellicle song.
So, Tom, as you lead the group to the side entrance to the stage, you see two of these small mushroom people approach to block your way, and you just hear them go,
Hello, little bird mushroom. I'd like to get through, please.
Like angels singing.
as these two creatures are just like crossing their arms and preventing you from entering. These halfling-sized mushroom people with large toadstool heads and pink braided hair.
Well, they're quite rude, aren't they? Maybe we just go up on the stage, go through the curtain that way.
Okay.
And as you step onto the stage, those two run after you and just like try to pull you back.
This is ridiculous.
As Madame Mouche emerges from the stage, and, oh, what is it, my darlings? Oh, Tom, you've arrived.
I'm here, but I can't get to see you because of these guys.
Oh, those are just my daughters. They're very protective. Just let them all through. I'm expecting them.
Thank
As
you.
the daughters of Madame Mouche step aside and let you pass. Come into my dressing room. And you can see that she has just changed out of that gown that she was wearing, and she's now just wearing an evening gown. And she's just smoking from a long parliament as she invites you in. Oh, Tom, you look positively ragged. What has happened to you?
What do you
Just
mean?
dripping with seawater and...
Oh,
Is it a
yes.
starfish? Or are you just happy to see me?
That's definitely a starfish. Have you met my friends?
No, please introduce yourselves. I am, of course, the illustrious Madame Mouche.
I've told them all about you and how great you are.
Did you like my show?
It's amazing.
It
Didn't
was
know you could sing.
marvelous. I'm Miriam Gargoyles of the Park Rangers.
Oh, lovely to meet you. We've got a few of you here.
Yes, I noticed.
Oh, with a party this fun, why would you want to leave?
Why, indeed. Is there oolong here, or is this actually just a club?
I mean, this is both a club and a tea house. I'm an entrepreneur after all.
Oh, I'm most relieved.
I'll get you some oolong.
Well, my name is Liz Turn, and this is the love of my life, Eugene.
Hi.
And you are over there with the desk?
Cleo continues writing. She's like so not aware of the situation.
Cleo, you're being spoken to.
I object. What? Oh,
Our host.
how do you do, Daddy? I am Cleo. Happy birthday or something. And she goes back to writing.
Cleo's going to get me off so we can do our collab. Anyway, that's another thing.
Yes, so what do you need to get off exactly? We had some plans and then you disappeared?
It's all alleged, that's all I can say.
So the rumors are true then?
They're alleged.
That's fine.
Allegedly, you were stealing from a great number of restaurants.
And it's alleged, and it's going to be contested in a court of law. But right now, that's not the problem that we need to solve for.
Oh, I mean, Tom, if you need to lay low for a while, you can stay here.
Well, I've got to lay low, but I've also got a lot to do, so it's one of those things, you know.
I understand. Although, I did think you would be a bit more receptive to seeing me again. It's been so long. We had so many plans.
I'm dead excited to see you. But it's just, there's a lot been going on, I guess, and, well, we really need your help.
Well, what's the favor you need? I'm more than happy to help.
We need to get to the bone zone. That's right, isn't it, guys? Bone zone?
Yep.
We need to get to the bone zone.
Right. I mean, if you need to get to the figurative bone zone, I can help you out.
Wait.
No, unfortunately, we're trying to get to the literal bone zone.
Yes, if you're talking about the impenetrable fortress of necromantic energy that lives between the planes, then I can help you out.
You can?
Well, we'll need to come to an agreement. I can't just open portals willy-nilly, as powerful as I am. But the Veil of Death is connected to primal powers. It's aligned with death energies, and, well, sometimes, like the rest of the Park Wilds, rifts open, and planes of death often find their way here. I've not seen a portal to the Bone Zone in some time, but maybe we could give it a little push.
If we could, I'd be eternally grateful.
We'd need some way of attuning the Bone Zone. Do you have any connection to it? Why do you need to go to the Bone Zone, if you don't mind me asking?
Do we mind?
Where is Cleo's soul foot at this moment?
Oh, I think probably, Liz Tone is just constantly holding the soul lantern because Eugene is in it.
Right. To be honest, we're trying to reconnect our soul pals to their corporeal forms. And I gesture to the soul lantern.
Interesting. Well, we can arrange something, but you'll have to do something for me.
Okay. What would a mistress like you require?
Well, I quite like to open a second location. Shrumour the View was nice and all, but it's very restrictive, and it's hard to get new clientele, you see. The Veil of Death isn't exactly a tourist hotspot. People never leave, but I'd like some new blood.
Accessibility's a concern. We had to descend from a cable car to get here.
And I'm guessing
that's a new one.
when you say blood, you mean that one figuratively, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Tomcat, I would never devour my own patron. Their fun and enjoyment is my utmost concern.
Of
Well, I
course.
feel reassured.
I get enough sustenance from, well, the various things that die around here. That's enough for me and my daughters. I just want everyone to have fun.
So, hang on, if you get a new location, well, will it be like this, if you know what I mean?
Well, it would depend on the location. I could give you a starting sprout, and we can see how far it spreads. But I'd like to be close to the action in Xan'moxie. That day you found me moving mushrooms around, I was actually looking for a prime spot myself, but I got foiled later that day by the Xanguard.
It sounds like you need a place without the Xanguard.
Well, I just need somewhere to lay my roots down.
Have you ever thought about hell?
Hell? I suppose. No, I haven't considered hell. It's rather hot there, but I think we could thrive. There are plenty of things dying there.
We have a good connection with someone to get you in. A portal full of portal.
Are you lying? Or
That
are
sounds
you...
like a lie.
Yeah.
No, this is how Helen.
But would you say that you do have like a good rapport with her?
Well, she's had a great night with Tom.
It's true. Yeah, roll me a persuasion check.
I have to check what.
Miriam has another idea as well. Not the one dice that you need.
One dice to determine things. 23.
Oh, damn.
Hell. And which of the 9 hells?
New Tartarus.
Oh, the capital. I mean, that would attract new clientele, and I feel like the denizens of hell would be more receptive to my brand of death and decay.
Lot of corporate workers, lot of need to distress and, party.
Well, I'll have to scout the place.
The other option, of course, we happen to know a certain treant who is an underground element in Xan'moxie. They might be able to suggest a location where you could also set up shop. We could connect you two if you want.
Now you're talking. Maybe Shroom with a View can be a franchise. Hell and downtown Xan'moxie. I've got big plans. Well...
And you've also got big stools. And I point around the room.
And a man wearing a mushroom hat just pokes his head through the dressing room. Madam, the new chair samples are here. Where do you want me to put these stool samples?
Great.
Oh, just anywhere is fine. I'll go through them later.
You've got good taste.
Well, if we can explore both of these avenues, Hell and Xan'moxie, then perhaps we have a deal. It'll take me some time to gather my energies, and we'll have to wait for the right moment. But let's go ahead with this. Let's collab.
Great. Collab that I'll actually see through.
Now, like I said, this will take some time, so why don't you all just relax? Go out there, tell the bar to start a tap. It's on me, of course. Have fun, hang loose. Especially you, Cleo. You look very uptight.
Did she clock
I
it?
was born loose. She
All right,
continues to scribe.
Go on, have fun. I need to get changed. Unless some of you would like to stay.
No, that's
Cleo's
fine. We'll go out.
Cleo's
No,
desk
I'll
starts
leave you alone
reversing.
with your stool.
And Cleo's desk reverses, and then it beeps like a lorry backing up. Like, beep, beep, beep.
And has she got her hand over the back of the chair, sort of thing? Looking back.
Come on, Eugene, let's get lit. As you all leave Madame Usha's dressing room and start enjoying Shroom with a View, what do you do?
Shouldn't it be lighted? Just a grammatical point. You were lit. You're currently a light. You will be lighted.
Let's go get that tea I've been promising you.
Yes. Let's get some oolong.
As you make your way over to the bar, and there are some people wearing like mushroom uniforms who can speak common, who are serving the bar, and they hook you up with some of the best oolong tea you've ever tasted.
Can we name some cocktails on the cocktail board?
Absolutely.
Cocktails.
What's on special tonight?
There is a hot tea, a cocktail called Oolong You Better Don't. Anyone else?
There's tap water. Makes you tap dance.
Okay, like that.
There's Cabaret Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Not a cocktail, but it's
Not a
on the
cocktail.
menu.
It's on
There's
the
a
menu.
margarita, but it's just a pizza in a cocktail glass.
That's my favorite cocktail yet.
Oh man, I like that.
Perfect. And the bartender is just listing off all these specials that they have. You can see Eugene and Liz Turn are just off in the crowd. They've already gotten a drink. And then you suddenly all smell something. It smells like ozone. And you hear a crackle, and it's coming from the stage. As the music goes quiet, everyone is looking at the stage now as this lightning is arcing everywhere on the stage. And then you see a flash. You see a metal humanoid shape emerge, crouched on the ground, and looks up. It sees some kind of metal construct, eerily similar to the designs you've seen from Repairer.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
And he looks up with his robotic face and looks directly at the party. And he dashes towards you as the crowd screams.
Oh, no.
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz! Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of Xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Pete Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of Xan'moxie bids you adieu.